Okay, YouTubers, this is Joe from ArtAlienTV, another game of Interplanetary I Spy going on here, and today we are looking at Sol 388 from the Curiosity Rover. This was taken in 2013, this image, and I'd like to give credit to where credit is due to Chris Cavana, who sent me this image this morning at 7 AM. I didn't get up that early, but I read the email as soon as I got up. I always do this every morning. Sometimes it takes a whole hour for me to go through my emails every day. I do get sent a lot of stuff, and unlike many of the things that I've been sent, this was actually quite clear and a reasonably sized object, big enough for us to see some detail, even though the image is quite dark, as you can see, and the object here, it's about halfway up, is also very dark and in shadow. The sun is coming from the top right here, and you can see the shadow there. Right, here's a raw clip of that image. This is a clip, obviously it's not the whole image. This hasn't been enhanced in any way, this is just a clip, and you can see when you zoom in a jug. Now I think Chris Cavana called this a mug or a cup in the email, but I think it's way too big to be an actual cup. If you look when you look at the raw image, this is quite a way off from the rover. I would say a good 20 feet away, and it's still pretty big. So this is jug size rather than cup size, I would say. There it is, you can see it's got a straight top, it's got a slight angle there, it comes round. It does look like a mug, but I think it's got more of a curve to it, like a jug. Mugs tend to be straighter in my experience anyway. You can see a handle here coming round and joining here, and joining at the top as well. You can see the shadow, and you can see the light coming through from the top right, coming through the handle and lighting up this side of the jug. And when I show you the enhancement, here we are. Now I've got the raw clip here, as you can see. That's just been clipped and enlarged. It hasn't been enhanced in any way. I haven't touched this up or anything. That's a pure raw clip, and I've taken a clip of that and enhanced the clip of the raw clip, which I've got here. Found by Chris Cavana, 23rd of September. Now he may have found this yesterday or the day before, I don't know, but I'm putting the 23rd on there because that was when I was sent it anyway. But it was probably in the last day or two, I'd imagine. But when you look at it more closely, there's something interesting going on below the handle here, like another part to it, which is rather strange. Now, could this be something else? I mean, to me, it looks like a jug. Could it be something else? What else could it be? Could it be a cup? What sort of objects have features like this, other than jugs and mugs and cups and that kind of thing? There we are. Let me censor that a bit. There we are. Let's move that whole thing over so we can put it in the middle of the page. There. So there we are. I mean, there isn't a hell of a lot of detail. It's quite a plain looking object. There doesn't seem to be any patterning on the side of it much. I mean, it looks a bit distorted here, but these are quite low quality images, and this is a way off, a good 20 feet, possibly much, it could be a lot further than 20 feet away, in which case it's even bigger. So really interesting. It's a bit mucky, but I've done my best to sort of brighten the image up. You do have to brighten it quite a lot to get to see any detail in this. We can clearly see the handle coming round from the top there, curving round and joining back on here, and there seems to be a sort of squarish part to the bottom of the handle. This may be damaged, of course. I don't know, but that sort of squarish bit here is rather strange. Let me just illustrate that for you. You can actually see it pretty clearly here. It sort of comes down. Maybe the whole thing comes down like this. But when I brighten it up, you're sort of losing, there's not much of a shadow here, which says to me that you've got the bottom of the thing coming like that, and then it comes up like this. We've got this weird square thing. Now this may be down to image damage as well, partly what we're seeing here, because these are quite low res images and pixelated. Do that top bit again. Comes round like that, and then joins onto there like that. Then the other edge of the handle is there, comes around like that, and then joins there. And this light bit is the sun coming through from this angle and coming through here, and then there's a shadow. So the light is actually shining through the handle. All right, the top looks fairly straight, and then it comes down like that, and then it comes down, obviously, and then joins. So there we are. I don't really see what else this could be. And this thing below seems to have some detail, but it's pretty vague. And the problem is you can only see general shapes usually when you have low-res images like this. Now, if this was a lot closer to the rover, it might be a different matter. We would see a lot more detail, of course. And there might even be some kind of picture on the side of it, or some carving, or something like that, but it's simply a bit out of range for us to see any great detail. There does seem to be some detail here in the shadow. It's going a bit closer. You got there, and there. There's like, you can see in the raw image, there's these darker patches, but that, like I said, may not be anything significant, and there's not enough detail there for us to actually say either way what that might represent. But great find by Chris. That's it really for today. I'll put some clips of this in about half a minute, and there are one or two other weird things I spotted. I'll quickly show you those now, and I'll show you the longer clips in a minute. There's this thing. Here's the raw clip. Very odd. Now this may just be a rock, but it's got some weird details in it. This is completely raw, this clip. Let me show you the final close-up of it so we can see it a bit clearer. There we are. I've really brightened it up, as you can see, and it's very hard to work out what we're looking at here. Let's go back a bit. But it may just be some rock with some other kind of pebbles and things stuck to it. Like I've said many times before, the soil here is very sticky, very high in sulfur, which acts like glue. A lot of things kind of stick together. But you've got these kind of square parts in here, kind of around here, and this kind of sticks out the side here. Really weird. I have no idea what this is. It may be nothing important or of any significance at all. I just thought it looked very odd, and it really stands out when you see it in the landscape, because it's such an odd shape. And even in the raw image here, it's got this really odd kind of look to it, and you can actually see those parts kind of to it as well. So that was weird, but of course it may be nothing. There was another one here which I thought looked really weird, but this also may be nothing. It's got some strange complex shapes and parts to it, like teeth almost. Can't really work out what it is, don't really understand what it is, maybe nothing. So that was about it really. If I do find anything else in the area, I'll put it in just a few seconds. Thanks for sending this in, Chris Cavana. Really good find, this one. I think this is actually one of the best objects that's been found in the area for quite some time. Really interesting. And when you see it full size here, you can see that handle really quite clearly, even in the raw clip. Of course, it looks a bit out of focus because everything's out of focus. This is why you get this kind of slightly fuzzy halo effect around these images, because it's not really properly focusing on anything. Another strange and crazy find in September of 2019. This is one of many similar things that I and other people have found. I found things that have got handles on and all sorts of strange objects, just lying there on the sand as if someone just placed it there in front of the rover almost. It's absolutely insane. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.